This is Peter Brackley bidding you a warm welcome to Football Italia on Channel 4. Another top match for you from Serie A. And this week it's the team then currently in second place, Internazionale, at home to a side we're featuring for the very first time on a Sunday this season, Parma, 8th in the table, and with a whole host of new admirers over the past couple of years, after their outstanding achievements on gaining top-flight status for the first time in their history. Italian Cup winners, of course, last year, and now looking forward to a European Cup Winners' Cup quarter-final in March. A stern examination, though, their undoubted progress awaits them in the San Siro. Inter, at last, seem to be finding some level of consistency in their pursuit of rivals Milan at the top, and will be very determined to at least stay in touch by winning today. Without the injured Toto Schillaci still, Inter have settled on Davide Fontolan to partner Ruben Sosa up front. Alessandro Bianchi, the Italian international winger, is suspended after his sending off last week. Matthias Sammer has been left out. Darko Pancev is on the bench. Inter attacking the goal to our right. The match just underway, and this is the Parma side. The Belgian defender George Grun and striker Thomas Brolin from Sweden, the only two foreigners chosen. No place for either of the others at the club, Brazilian goalkeeper Taffarel or Asprilla, the Colombian. Lots of talent, though, in the lineup, including the impressive Melli up front, who, like defenders Minotti and Apolloni, is on the verge of the Italian national team. A vibrant atmosphere in the San Siro on a cloudy afternoon in Milan. Inter defending their unbeaten home record this season against a Parma side whose organisation has been such a main factor in their continued advancement. Only their fourth season, remember, Parma in Serie A, and their progress really has been most admirable. And here's an early chance for Berti, which he has squandered. Certainly left in the clear, that Berti. I was just talking about their organisation, Parma. Well, it let them down there. The ball pumped forward by Ferri, and Berti had stayed on side and couldn't finish off the job. Alongside me in the commentary position today is Ray Wilkins. The Crocs Ray Wilkins is referred to in one Sunday newspaper today. What did you make of that one, Ray?
Well, I didn't actually see it. Good afternoon, everybody. I didn't actually see that one, Peter, and I can assure everybody I'm not Croc. There's still a lot of life left in this old dog yet.
What's the news of the injury?
Now, the orthopaedic surgeons assured me it should be about 6 to 8 weeks. I hope a little bit shorter. But these things happen in football. We just have to get on with it.
We'll hope to see you back in action as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Bergomi. Now this is Orlando, who's been drafted into the side today. And the cross seeking out Fontolan. Now Shalimov, who's been in lethal form of late. 7 goals so far this season. And there's Bergomi with the shot, which Ballotta allowed to squirm away from him. So a very positive opening here by Inter. 7 goals in their last 2 matches, and they've only conceded 1. And early signs of nerves there from Ballotta. Here's Pizzi, the former Inter player. Brolin. Peen threading it on. Now then for Pizzi. He was a youth product with Inter, Pizzi. Never really made the grade, though. But now making a name for himself with Parma.
I think we're for a really interesting game this afternoon, Peter. We've got a situation where Inter have really got to win the game to keep any sort of pressure on Milan. And we've got to be very, very careful as well, because the likes of Melli and Grun up front for Parma, they don't want to be caught on the counter-attack, and that can easily happen when you're trying to put people under so much pressure.
Bit of a bobble then to deceive Chiara. I'm sure we're going to see plenty of him down this left flank for Parma. An attacking, raiding fullback, a former winger, and very much a part of the Italian international setup, although not in the latest squad announced by Arrigo Sacchi. Bit of a surprise, that. It's for a friendly against Mexico in the week. Fontolan with Orlando, scrapping for it well. In goes Fontolan. Now Orlando. Shalimov with Sosa. Held off by Benarrivo. But Parma under some pressure here in the early stages. They have been very tight defensively this season. And with just a few more goals along the way, they might have been right up there, testing Milan at the top. As it is, they start this match 3 points adrift of Inter, who are in second place.
And that, in all fairness, is a really tremendous start to their season. You know, they're halfway through the season, and for them to be only 3 points behind Inter in second place, they'll be very, very pleased at that. They'll be pressing now for a European spot, and if they have the success they've had in the first half of the season in the second, I'm sure they'll get it.
Agostini with the free kick. This is Melli, released by Bergomi. Fontolan losing out. Down goes Apolloni, the slightly central defender of Parma. Played in fact for Italy in the recent friendly against Zurich. So clearly Sacchi has earmarked him for the future. Now Pete, the former Lazio player, new to Parma in this campaign. Pizzi is possessed though by Shalimov. Minotti wearing 4 as the sweeper for Parma. This is Grun, the Belgian. Now Brolin. Back pass from Ferri, one of the markers of course in the Inter side. Battistini is the sweeper, the markers Bergomi and Ferri. They don't come much more resolute than those two.
Interesting also to watch the form of Manicone. The Inter supporters and club are very pleased with his form at the moment. I haven't yet seen him play, so that'll be a very interesting one to look out for. Manicone wearing the number 8 shirt.
Yes, he's slotted into what they call the filter role. This is him now, and it wasn't a bad effort either. Dealt with by Ballotta somewhat uncomfortably. He laid on a goal for Sosa last week with an exquisite pass, so he can play a bit as well as just fit that anchor role.
And that's an excellent shot as well, bouncing just in front of Ballotta there, very difficult for him.
It's Sosa then with the corner. Now the whistle has gone. Free kick to Parma. Referee today, Walter Cincinnapini. And he's got quite a reputation, this fellow. In 25 Serie A games, he has sent off 18, would you believe?
Well, that's unbelievable, that is. It's, you know, that these guys in Italian football do tend to be, or overreact to situations, but to actually have reffed 25 games and sent 18 people, that's quite astounding.
Well, in 5 this season, he's sent off 6 and he's booked 22. And his message to the players today, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Apolloni. Fontolan. Some famous victims too of the referee this season. Mancini's been sent off, Careca, Fonseca of Napoli. So he's no respecter of reputations. Brolin taking the throw into Melli. Bergomi right on his tail.
Yeah, that should be a good contest this afternoon. Bergomi picking up Melli. Melli will certainly know he's been in a game. I think Bergomi is possibly one of the finest man-to-man markers that you'll possibly find in world football, let alone Italian football.
Brolin will take this free kick for Parma. Pin. Now here's Pizzi. And Battistini was it bravely. And the free kick given to Inter. This is Bergomi, no longer featuring in the national setup, but still such a valuable player for Inter in their defensive strategy. Battistini up towards Sosa, didn't reach him though. This is Chiara with Pin. Zorato, now then for Pizzi. He's got a sweet left foot. Looking for Brolin, who's very sharp up front. Some sloppy defensive play then by Bergomi. Pizzi. Just kept hidden by Benarrivo. somewhat unorthodox fashion. Rolling with the header, safely through to Walter Zenga, who feels he's playing well enough to win back his place at the national side, but Arrigo Sacchi doesn't agree. He says he has younger players with better cases ahead of him. Lots of Pagliuca and Marchegiani and Peruzzi, who played so well for Juventus last week.
Yeah, they are sport for choice at the moment for goalkeepers in the Italian league. Zenga is in splendid form, but as you say, the names you just mentioned, Peter, there really are some good young goalkeepers about. And it's nice to see that the Italians have their a super crop of goalkeepers coming along.
Now Sosa is a long, long way out. And he hasn't gone for the shot, he's gone for the chip instead. And Ballotta making a clean catch. Ballotta in ahead of Taffarel, the Brazilian. Taffarel, no real, nothing against him in the way that he's been playing, but he's only started 6 this season, the Brazilian. It's just that the overseas ruling has played its part. And the coach, Scala, wants the situation whereby he can't fill another outside foreigner if he wants to.
Yeah, that is a shame for Taffarel, because I honestly feel that he's possibly one of the better Brazilian goalkeepers to have come along for a number of years, and obviously if he's not playing for Parma, then he's not going to get recognised in his own country.
Having said that, in fairness to Ballotta, he's been playing well, and has certainly earned his place. Now Shalimov. Free kick to Inter, taken quickly, albeit from the wrong place. Shepherded away by Benarrivo. Another very talented player in the Parma side.
Looking at the way Inter have taken the last 2 or 3 free kicks, they've looked to take them very, very quickly to try and catch Parma out. I think they're quite well aware of the fact that Parma will actually load the defensive area with a number of players, and if they hang on to take the free kick, they'll get back and they'll all be marked up. They've looked to take them very quickly, and they've been quite bright. They've been a bit unfortunate on a couple of occasions.
Melli to Pin. Pizzi. Here's Berti for Inter. Surely a free kick then, as Sosa is fouled. Despite the protests of the Parma players, the referee right on the spot. Sosa, one of the front players for Inter, ahead of Darko Pancev, who's been suffering from a lack of form, but he's on the bench today, as I mentioned earlier on. And there's a chance, and a great save. Berti with a header, and a fabulous stop by Ballotta. What a reaction save to deny Nicola Berti.
Oh, that was great football. It was a super pass from Ferri, but this one from Agostini is a brilliant ball in, nice and early. And there's Berti bursting through the middle, and a great stop from Ballotta. Super football all round.
And only the agility then of Ballotta preventing a goal, and a good catch then too.
It will do him the world of good as well, Peter. He's had a couple of very sticky occasions there in the first couple of minutes, and then, well, both saves there, taking the cross and the initial save, will do him the world of good, a power of good.
So that's 2 opportunities that Berti has had so far. Just coming back after suspension, Berti. And there was a suggestion that he might have been left out. Well, he didn't think so. I'm worth my place in any side, he said, modestly. Di Chiara now. Certainly works hard, though, Berti. There he is now tackling back. And he is certainly a very influential player for Inter. Pizzi outsmarted. Berti's pass. Down goes Fontolan. Now away goes Agostini, former Juventus player. Away by Minotti. Running as far as Ferri. This is Bergomi. Orlando. Apolloni with the header. Good skill shown then by Pete. Parma certainly playing with no inhibitions. They started confidently. And maybe he can build something here with Benarrivo. Ruben has pulled into the middle. And the attempted cross charge down. So away comes Shalimov. Manicone. Came in November, Manicone from Udinese, with Desideri going the other way as part of the deal. And he was actually once discarded by Inter. And 6 years later, he returned, and the valuation had gone up a bit, £2 million. Promising approach play here from Parma. This is Chiara, so dangerous down this left flank. And covered by Bergomi.
They started very well, Parma. They're playing some nice football, but the thing with them, once they lose possession, I think the reason why they don't give too many goals away is everybody works so hard to get back behind the ball. You saw them lose out to Shalimov there, but they worked very hard, and Benarrivo had been on the attack. He was working hard to get back and build that big barrier in front of Inter.
It's Brolin then with the corner. Not a very good one though. Ruben Sosa getting nowhere. Apolloni. Zorato. This is Benarrivo. Now that for Zorato. Measured approach by Parma, who play in a very relaxed fashion, which reflects the air really surrounding the club. Nobody attaches too much significance if they don't win or whatever the result. It's that kind of atmosphere, really.
But the good thing from doing that, the way they played there, Peter, keeping possession of the ball, they're going to silence the Inter fans. They're going to turn them against them. And that's good stuff from Parma. It was a shame that Brolin gave what was a pretty simple ball for him, put it out of play. But if they keep possession like that, they'll turn the supporters upon Inter, and we could see a surprise.
That is the point, really, that I was making there. The pressure is on Inter so much, whereas Parma, nobody expects too much, and they've done so well anyway in the past couple of seasons.
Exactly right.
Off goes Berti again. George Grun was happy to allow that one to run out for a goal kick. Parma, who spent so many of their previous years in lower divisions, mainly in Serie C, really. They only came up to the top flight 3 years ago. Melli, who was part of that sensation last season when they won the Italian Cup, beating Juventus in the final. Bergomi. Fontolan. No Matthias Sammer in the Inter side today, Ray, and the word is that he's already going to be transferred back to Germany to Borussia Dortmund, which I think surprises us. We're quite impressed with him.
Without a doubt, yeah. I think Sammer started off the championship in great form, and he and Shalimov had a terrific understanding going. I think there's something, an underlying something there, Peter, that why Sammer will be leaving.
Grun. Here's Peen. Now Chiara, quickly closed down by Orlando. Apolloni was in quickly, and then Melli losing out to Bergomi. Orlando. Fontolan, who has a lot of pace. Shalimov linking up now. And the arrival of Manicone has released Shalimov for a more attacking role. And he's responded with some outstanding displays. Melli now, though, for Parma. Brilliant. Certainly aren't overawed, Parma, no question of that. Zorato.
He's a nice little player, Zorato. He keeps them ticking away. He has that anchor role in midfield, and he's got Pin on his left, and also Pizzi. They're very good in midfield, and he just bolsters everything. Every attack, he just sits behind and he keeps prodding away.
Now Fontolan threatening to get away from Apolloni for once. Sosa knocking it down, and Shalimov couldn't keep his shot down. An incisive break then by Inter. Shalimov, who's been so sharp in front of goal of late. Got 2 last week against Foggia. And he is proving an excellent acquisition by Inter from his old club Foggia. Sosa, difficult ball for the goalkeeper, who couldn't have had too good a view of that, and I think he was blocked anyway. The Agostini. Shalimov. Bergomi couldn't reach it, nor could Fontolan. Oh, then Pizzi got himself into a tangle. Ferri, and Berti had wandered offside. Play on anyway, says the referee. Using good advantage.
Good defending again from Parma. The ball was cleared, they all pushed out. And there was a couple of Inter players being a bit lazy, I think, staying in there, waiting for balls in there. And Parma deservedly got their offside reward.
Foul on Chiara, who's the only player in Parma's history to be capped by the senior Italian side. Five Italian caps for Chiara. Shalimov. No goals so far, plenty of adventure being shown by both teams. Sosa quickly off the mark, not quickly enough though to outsmart Ballotta. Benarrivo. Approaching the halfway point in the first half. Minotti with Peen. Now Brolin. Both are the outstanding player, of course, in the European Championships. There's Melli with a shot, and Zenga lost it, and a goal. Right out of nothing, really, from Melli. In the 20th minute, and a shot lead here for Parma.
It's a tremendous shot, but I couldn't honestly see what Ferri was doing. He had the opportunities, and it must have moved in the air because Zenga's lost it. But Ferri had the opportunity to make a challenge on Melli. He knows what he's like from any that sort of distance. He's very, very dangerous, and he catches it very well. And the ball's moved around a bit, but I think Zenga should have done a lot better than that. But Parma have started the game well, and I'm not surprised they've gone in front. Inter really haven't caused them that many problems.
That's goal number 5 this season for Alessandro Melli, and what a start that has given Parma and their travelling support. Orlando for Inter, a stunning blow for them. Zenga, whose goalkeeping qualities we were praising earlier on, and he will be furious with himself for letting that one through. Certainly Ferri was backing off, but Zenga would expect to deal with that kind of shot, although it was a venomous strike. The goalkeeper of Zenga's quality would expect to be equal to it.
Yes, I think he would be very disappointed with that, Peter. We've actually seen how hard it's been for Inter to break Parma down in the initial 25 minutes at 0-0. Now Parma in front, they'll defend that with their lives, and it's going to be a very, very tough game for Inter.
They've only had one previous away win in Serie A this season, Parma. That their match at Cagliari. Could a surprise be on the cards here now? Manicone. Couldn't link though with Sosa. Chiara. Great vocal support now for Parma from their fans. Is that a free kick? No, the referee had a good, long, hard look. Berti being controlled by one of the opposition then. Can't be a very emotional character, Berti, and he was about to protest. But he was held back. And the referee, in fairness, was only a couple of yards away, and he felt there was nothing wrong with the challenge.
A couple of interesting characters, Brolin and Melli. What they actually do, they drop off their marker and come deep and receive the ball. And consequently, Inter end up with 4 defenders marking nobody. And it would be quite advisable for those defenders who are marking them man for man to actually come all the way with them and deny them that area. Here's Melli again, right next to Pizzi. Been picked up by nobody.
Manicone, though, won it back for Inter. Minotti, coolly away.
Sorry, Peter, for butting in. Those passes there are going to be like food and drink for Apolloni and Minotti. Fontolan and Sosa don't have the height to deal with that sort of pass. There they go again, they're flogging it in the air all the time. And it's not going to be a problem for Parma. They'll be quite comfortable to sit there and have those thrown at them all day.
Berti. Fontolan, though, getting his wires crossed. The coach of Parma, who's done such a marvellous job for them over the past few years, taking them up into Serie A. And who's to say what they might go on to achieve? Donato. Pizzi. Picking on Battistini. Nearly handled then by Ferri. I thought he was a bit dangerously there.
What a great cross as well from Pizzi. As soon as he gets that opportunity to whiz that ball in that channel, he really flies it in, and that was a great ball. It's a shame no one was reading him and got up with him.
Inter breaking with pace now. Shalimov. Again, no way through. Minotti away. This is Shalimov. Sosa, Shalimov again. 25 minutes gone. Parma leading by 1-0. Sosa. Couldn't get away though from Grun. Roar of disapproval from the Inter fans, already showing their frustration.
I think the roar of disapproval was for the fact that he didn't actually chase after him either. He lost the ball and just allowed Brolin to just brush past him and carry on.
More bad news for Inter fans. Their great rivals AC Milan are leading Brescia by 1-0 away from home. Scorer Daniel Massaro. Juventus 1, Pescara 1. Another latest score from Turin. Roberto Baggio, the scorer for Juventus. And Ferretti, the equaliser. Gazza is playing for Lazio today. You may have seen in one or two of the papers today suggestions that he's up for sale by Lazio. Well, these have been totally discounted, these rumours, by Mel Steen, his lawyer. Absolute poppycock is his description. He's not up for sale. He's very happy at Lazio, and they're even talking about making him captain in due course. He's taking Italian lessons too every day. Word from Ray Wilkins about that in a moment. Di Chiara hooking it clear.
Yeah, that's nice to hear that Gaz is taking the lesson, because the sooner he learns the language, he'll enjoy his life a lot more. Not only his football, but his life in Italy. And life in Italy is a very enjoyable occasion.
How did you set about that task when you were out there learning Italian?
Well, I had a couple of lessons, but our tutor...
Just the two?
Yeah, our tutor actually wanted to teach us the red bus and that sort of stuff, which wasn't really much use to me.
Orlando now.
We had a couple of guys that could speak broken English, and they helped me out a hell of a lot. And really, it was just watching the way they spoke and their actions afterwards, and I picked it up. Not very well,
I think he was trying to tell you that you travelled to the matches in a red bus. Fontolan. Zarotto. Benarrivo. Goes to Agostini on Benarrivo. Incredible player, Benarrivo. Another player being linked with Milan, but then who isn't out in Italy? So many players coveted by them. They don't sign all of them, but apparently Benarrivo may well be on their shopping list. The Agostini. Towards Fontolan. No joy though as Minotti was there. Now Benarrivo. And they really have settled well in this game, Parma, and have the fillip of the early lead too. Knocking the ball around with a great deal of confidence. Fontolan again beaten in the air. They do look very strong at the back so far. Parma. Orlando. Apolloni. Very casually away. Pizzi now. Melli's got through the middle. The two link so well.
That pass was nearly a replica as last week's pass that Pizzi hit, but that was good defending by Ferri. Kept himself nice and close to Melli.
The Agostini. Again, nothing on for Fontolan, because Apolloni was with him. Now the Agostini whipping over the cross, and an own goal. I think offside flag is up. Oh, what an escape. Yeah, the referee has blown for offside. Before the ball was deflected in, let's have a look again here. Shalimov playing it wide, the Agostini. Now Berti, is it? Well, there's no offside there. The whistle must have already gone.
I think he gave Ruben Sosa offside, which is Ruben Sosa was the furthest Inter player forward, and that's the only thing I can, or the only reason I can think why he disallowed that. But that was good football from Inter.
And certainly a let-off for Minotti, the player who headed the ball past his own goalkeeper. And there's the first yellow card of the game.
That's the benefit of whipping those crosses in between goalkeeper and defender, because defenders are very tempted to go for them. As we saw, Minotti there was sticking his head out, and Ballotta was also coming for the cross, and it resulted in an own goal. It should have resulted in an own goal.
Yeah, Brolin tugging him back then, so a yellow card for him. Orlando. Angelo Orlando, the player down injured. Something of a surprise that he's in the side today. He hasn't started a match before this season. Hopefully he'll be able to finish this one. Half an hour gone. Parma in front. Inter having to come from behind. And so far, Parma dealing with everything that Inter have thrown at them. Albeit a little luckily with that escape a couple of minutes ago. Sosa's free kick. Battistini was in there. 4 goals from Battistini so far this season, so he's always a threat on set pieces. Shalimov. Still Battistini. Now Sosa. Ferri trying to wriggle through. And the free kick given to Inter, beginning to apply a little bit of pressure now.
And the pressure has actually come from some nice football. Their build-up's been a lot better. The passing's been a lot more crisp around the box, and they're looking for their give and goes now, which I think that's the way to get through this Parma team. If you lump it in the air, they're going to counteract that. But if you play little give and goes and try and get round the sides of them, you've got a chance.
Ballotta not looking too perplexed. But he'll know the power of Inter shooting from this kind of range. Sosa is there. And there's Sosa's shot, whipped over the bar. No problem, says Ballotta. Ruben Sosa, who hasn't been an automatic choice for Inter. He had to start out through injury. As indeed, of course, has Schillaci, and they're certainly missing him. And that looked to be a particularly potent combination, Sosa and Schillaci. Schillaci hoping to be back in 2 or 3 weeks' time. And he's penciled in the second leg of the Italian Cup match with Milan.
A very brave man.
Yes.
But I think they miss Schillaci a hell of a lot. Schillaci's a tremendous player. He's a goal poacher, but he also really grasps to the side and makes it very hard for defenders when he's playing against them.
Bergomi, they certainly haven't been happy with Pancev, Inter. Although he's back in the reckoning today, he hasn't really done the business for them. And the talk is that he'll be on his way at the end of the season as well. Well, Sosa's on his way here now. Trying to service a teammate rather than shoot for goal himself. And it's a goal kick to Parma. Melli. Here's Bergomi. Given away, though, carelessly by Bergomi. It's Pizzi for Parma. Melli again has gone down that central channel.
Again, tremendous defending or covering, shall I say, from Ferri, because Pizzi, he really does dink that ball in there lovely, and Melli's always looking for it. You could see as he was moving away, he was looking for that pass all the time. That's a terrific combination they've got there.
There's a great understanding between the two. Here's Pizzi now, the whistle's gone. And in favour of Inter. We can't get on with it quickly enough. Battistini. Really can't afford to let this one slip today, Inter, if they are to maintain any hopes of catching Milan. Bergomi. Orlando. No Bianchi in the Inter side, remember, today. He's out through suspension, and unlikely sending off last week. That shocked us a bit, right?
Yeah, it did shock us, and I think they miss Bianchi. Although Orlando plays a very similar position, I think they miss him.
Sosa's cross. Fontolan was lurking on the end of it. And Ballotta having to keep a watchful eye on that one, especially with Ferri coming in. Now Berti is down injured. One of the Parma players too, so there's a double problem.
Yeah, there was a clash of heads. It was they were both brave, actually. They challenged for a high ball there, and I think they both caught for one. And we're going back to Bianchi. I think he gives them a tremendous amount of width, and he has a trick, Bianchi, who, going back to the incident. Yeah, it's a definite clash of heads. But
Minotti.
Quite a brave header from Berti, actually. But he gives them good width, Bianchi, and he gets in good crosses. He's got a nice little trick, and he works very hard up and down that right side. He gives a great balance to Inter.
Bagnoli, the coach of Inter, who's seen his team hit a rich vein of form in recent matches to get over their inconsistency, but they're struggling in this one today. Got a shot there of Asprilla, the Colombian, down on the bench for Parma, so maybe we'll see him later on. A very fast player. Hasn't quite made his mark yet, though, for Parma since his move from Nacional Medellin. But he's come with quite a reputation to live up to. Bergomi. Fontolan. In goes Zorotto. Tireless worker in the midfield for Parma. Bergomi now. Berti herring forward. Spotted Sosa away to his left. Couldn't find him. Benarrivo. Manicone breaking from midfield. Sosa offside. Pretty tight decision. Sosa wasn't too happy. A rueful smile. I think he had a case for it.
Well, it looked as if I think it was Apolloni that looked to be playing him onside. He looked to be level, and as we know now, level is onside for the forward player. So he can count himself a bit unfortunate, but a very nice little pass there from Manicone.
Morotto losing out though. Manicone. Shalimov. This is Sosa. Nice interplay then with Shalimov. Yes, Sosa again. And that should be the goalkeepers, which it is, Ballotta, whose own confidence has certainly grown after one or two shaky moments early on when Inter threatened. Since then, he's looked very calm and composed.
Yes, he's had a very good first half, but it's interesting to note the way the two forward players both play. You have Melli and Brolin on one side, who come off defenders and make it hard for them to make decisions on whether to pick them up. And then you have Sosa and Fontolan, who actually play up against the defenders, where they're giving them a chance to have a little nibble at them all the time. And consequently, Inter really haven't been able to get the ball up front and actually hold it there for long periods.
Battistini. And then for Shalimov, Agostini away to his left. This is Agostini now. Inter again, pressing Parma back. Down goes Agostini. Free kick to Inter. Taken quickly too by Agostini. And again, Ballotta was there. As the header came in from Ruben Sosa. And I think they're going to have to take the free kick again, are they?
Yeah, the ball was rolling there, Peter. I think Agostini took a pass from one of the guys in the wall and just swung it in near post.
Ballotta, in any case, was on his mettle. Bergomi has come up from the back. They have Berti in there too. Here's Ferri, the last man for Inter. Towards Fontolan. Good header from him, but Sosa unable to link with him. Five minutes to half-time. Parma still leading by that marvellously taken goal. Scored by this man, Melli. Now, Chiara. On back by Orlando. Here's Berti. And a Parma throw.
And good play from Chiara as well. He lost the ball. He was going to go over for a foul, but decided, no, I'll get back after him and try and win that back. And he's done really well there. But I think that just shows Parma in the first half. They've worked really hard for each other and made it very, very tough for Inter. I think Inter are going to have to look at themselves at half-time if they're going to win this game, or even pull out the draw.
Just hearing of another goal. Napoli are leading Lazio by a goal to nil. Gaza in the Lazio side, remember, today, and the scorer Crippa for Napoli. Just to recap, Milan, thanks to a goal by Massaro, still leading away to pressure. And Juventus 1, Pescara 1. Melli. Free kick to Parma. Agostini absolutely furious. He won't change the referee's mind, certainly not this official.
He's playing with a lot of confidence, Melli. That was a lovely little bit of skill we saw there before he was pulled down. A couple of dragbacks over the top of the ball. Very confident.
Well, he's been talked about as a future international, Melli. He was one of the stars of the Italian under-21 side that, of course, won the European Championships. And he's certainly done his cause no harm today. Playing well, and the scorer of the one goal so far. This is Benarrivo. Again, marauding down the Parma right. That support from Melli. He's taken another option. Ferrato to Pin. Minotti. Well, he scored the winner against Genoa a week ago, but way off target this time.
It's nice to see the big old centre-half come bursting forward there. It always raises an enormous amount of, not hysteria as such, but when you see a British centre-half bursting forward to have a shot, I think the crowd got a little bit worked up at it, and it's nice to see him breaking out from the back.
This is Pizzi now. Apolloni. Certainly play attractive football, Parma, no question about that. Shalimov. This is Orlando. Sosa waiting in the middle. The cross wasn't forthcoming. 2 minutes of the first half to go. In goes Shalimov. Now Agostini. Berti with Fontolan. He turned sharply. Still Fontolan. He got his header in.
Yeah, he did get a header in, but he was a bit unlucky as well. He just stumbled. I think this was another claim for a penalty from the crowd, but he just bumps into Apolloni. And he did well, actually. He stayed on his feet and tried to get to the ball.
Yes, no suggestion of a penalty there. And in fairness, no real complaints from the Inter players. Bergomi. Bergomi's cross, and it's a poor one. Disappointment for Sosa, who was lurking at the far post. So some rethinking for Inter to do at half-time. Bagnoli, no doubt, will have plenty to say. As we move into the last minute of the first half.
I think that's the way they've got to look at themselves, though, Peter. They've got to start looking to get around the outside of Parma. Bergomi should have done a lot better than that. It wasn't under an enormous amount of pressure. And if they get in those sort of areas, the cross will count, I'm sure, sooner or later. Battistini.
Now here's Sosa. Ballotta down well. No real spark on the shot anyway from Sosa. Didn't really get hold of that one.
No, it's a fantastic header down from Fontolan. A great leap. And Sosa just missed kicking it into the floor, and Ballotta was equal to it.
Well, Bagnoli favours a big man up front. He had Scuravi at Genoa when he was there. And certainly Fontolan beginning to improve now in his aerial contests, and he's winning 1 or 2 now in dangerous positions. Orlando. Sosa. He's pulled it back well as we move into injury time. Orlando. Shalimov. It's a neat turn. Fontolan away to his left, and he turned back into trouble, but he's won the free kick deep into stoppage time.
I think he's been a bit fortunate as well. He should have put Fontolan in on the left-hand side. Tremendous bit of ability he showed in clipping it over his head, but there's Fontolan on the left-hand side. If he'd have given him slightly earlier, I think he might have had a chance on going in on goal. But they do receive the free kick, and it's obviously a very dangerous point for Parma to give away a free kick at this stage. We're into injury time, and they've got a number of players that can put the ball in the net from here.
Among them, Sosa and Shalimov were both hovering around the ball. Agostini packs a pretty mean punch too. It's going to be Shalimov. Good effort, hits the bar. Fontolan, Ballotta with the save. Right on the stroke of half-time. Inter so close.
My goodness, what a fantastic free kick. Ballotta was nowhere near it, and the ball comes back into play. Another great leap from Fontolan, but straight at Ballotta. That really was great technique. Look, just misses the top of the wall and hits the angle of post and crossbar. Really good free kick.
Orlando. Fontolan. Oh, well, he climbed high for that header, that Fontolan. What a pity from his point of view. There was no real venom or accuracy on the header. Shalimov. The Inter fans now raising their support. Sosa. Fontolan's in the middle. Again, Parma holding out. Only a few seconds now, the half to go. And they will welcome the whistle now, will Parma. Shalimov. Inter's menace is growing. Bergomi. Free waiting on the cross. In goes Shalimov. And Ballotta again able to collect as Fontolan came hurtling in.
Well, that was good football again. I think it was Minotti that missed the tackle, and he was very lucky he didn't make contact, because that would have been a definite penalty.
Shalimov really has proved dangerous, and he was almost in the clear then.
I think Shalimov really is the class player that Inter have, and he has to get in the game more. We've only seen him come into the game the last 5 or 10 minutes, and if they're going to improve their performance, he must get on the ball a lot more.
So the half-time whistle is blown, and it's Parma then who lead by a goal to nil. The goal by Melli in the 20th minute. A real setback for Inter, who certainly had their chances though to equalise. A shot from Shalimov that struck the bar, and well, the goal they thought they had when the ball was headed into his own net by Minotti. The play brought back for offside. So Scala, the coach of Parma, he'll be delighted with the way the first half has gone, but knows the job is only half done. We'll be back after the break with Gazza's golden goals, so stay with us. Welcome back to Football Italia on Channel 4, and the second half of our featured match today from the San Siro in Milan. Inter trailing Parma by a goal to nil at half-time. The only goal scored by Alessandro Melli on 20 minutes. And Ottavio, the coach of Inter, sense of talking to do at half-time, hoping to put things right. Just to bring you up to date with the other latest scores. Ancona 0, Udinese 0, Brescia 0, Milan 1. That's Massaro as Parma start the second half. Cagliari 1, Foggia 0, Capioli. No goals, Fiorentina and Torino. Genoa 0, Atalanta 0. Juventus 1, Pescara 1, so a shock brewing there. Roberto Baggio putting Juventus ahead. Ferretti with the equaliser for Pescara. Napoli 1, Lazio 0. That's Crippa on 29 minutes. And Roma 0, Sampdoria 0. Early flourish here from Inter. Shalimov. Agostini taking the throw. Beyond Fontolan. He's Brolin. Quickly closed down and unfairly by Agostini.
Well, it looks as if, Peter, I think Bagnoli's had a right pop at Inter. They've come out flying in the second half. There was a rascal challenge on Pizzi early on from, I think it was Bergomi. I did spot the armband, I think. And all over the field, they seem to be that little bit more aggressive. And I don't think Bagnoli would have been too pleased with the way things went in the first half. They allowed them far too much room to play. And I think that would be one of the things that he'll be looking to rectify in the second half.
Just got a glimpse there of Matthias Sammer, the player he's left out. Sammer, who's on his way then back to Germany, it would seem. And there's talk that Stefan Chapuisat, the Swiss international, will be making the reverse trip in due course. Chapuisat, a striker, and a pretty good one too. This is Shalimov now. Pizzi just got a foot in. So did Pin on Berti, who's a former Parma player. Now there's been a switch. Abate is in goal for the second half. So Zenga hasn't come out. I'm afraid we can't give you the reason for that one. But presumably an injury to the Italian international goalkeeper, or former as he may be. But this fellow is certainly in the action. Marco Ballotta of Parma, facing another threat from the set piece here. Sosa is there, also Agostini. The referee, I don't think satisfied that the wall is far enough back. He is now. Sosa chucking it off to Agostini. Inter so close again.
Yes, they have made a much better start to this half, and I think Agostini actually grazes the post here. It's a good drive to the left of Ballotta, and I think it flicks off the bottom of the post. 6 inches the other way, and we could have had that equaliser.
Agostini, whose only goal this season was against Milan in the big derby match we featured earlier on in the season. Very near then to doubling his tally. Pin. Battistini.
That was another shocking bounce, that, as it was travelling towards. The pitch doesn't look too clever, actually, but I know we go on about pitches a little bit, but this pitch doesn't look that good.
Fontolan, Sosa. Yet, as we've said before, they spent £1.2 million relaying the surface, so a bit surprising, really.
It's a hell of a lot of money to spend. I think you can see in different parts of the field where there's different turfs everywhere, and you must get an uneven bounce off that.
So Beniamino Abate on for the second half. He has replaced Zenga before this season when Zenga was sent off. Sosa now, get whipping over that cross, and well held by Ballotta. Cool as you like. And surely a foot high then indeed it was from Orlando.
It was a la Pat Jennings there, the one-handed take, wasn't it? He must be full of confidence, Ballotta. I think he just misreads the cross. He gets underneath the ball a little bit. But back he comes. Lovely catch. Very well done.
Fontolan was down on the ground. The referee turned away. Well, he's given the free kick. Bergomi protesting. The Inter players most incensed. Fontolan was clattered. That's one way to spread the players apart. A word out of place here, and you could be off.
But captains in general do have the right to speak to referees in Italy, Peter. They show them the armband and away they go. We couldn't have... I think that's... Well, I don't think there was too much trouble with that. They've just had a little clash as they've crossed. And Fontolan making a bit of a meal of it.
Well, there didn't appear to be anything malicious there. I'm not absolutely certain what the referee has given. Shalimov there, and it was certainly a collision of bodies.
I think, yeah, it was a goal kick because Berti got on the ball and burst through.
A little bit of confusion, quickly sorted out though by the referee. Melli, Bergomi in quickly. Here's Brolin though for Parma. Now off goes Fontolan. And away from one tackle. Still Fontolan trying to fight Sosa. And it was Apolloni who intercepted.
Don't you find it quite amazing how players recover that quickly? Fontolan 1 minute was dying on the floor. The next minute he's galloping away, and after he makes the cross he starts limping again. I can't really understand some players.
Fontolan, Ballotta is there. So what's your excuse for being out for 6 weeks then?
Stupidity, mate.
Ferri. Tremendous atmosphere in the stadium. 7 minutes into the second half. Still Inter trailing by the only goal. But mounting some furious assaults now. Orlando. Here goes Bergomi. And again Ballotta with a save. Defenders looking across in vain towards the linesman. There was no flag. Orlando's shot kept up by Ballotta. Once again he has rescued his team.
Yeah, great save that. I thought Orlando might have been offside actually as the ball flies to him on the right-hand side. And as the ball comes out, instead of blasting it across the face of the goal to the back post, he elects to take the near post where Ballotta makes a super save.
Inter have a free kick. Sosa preparing to take it. Fontolan. Ballotta almost lost it then. 4 Inter players converging on him. Cut Parma hoping to relieve the pressure a little bit. Melli now on the counter-attack. The Agostini. Giornata. Benarrivo. Sosa.
Well, this is much better from Inter because they're putting Parma under pressure. They're not allowing him to play the little triangles they did in the first half, and they're making a lot of mistakes now. Parma. It's vital for them to try and calm down, keep the ball in the Inter end, and try and play a few passes.
Osvaldo Bagnoli certainly had some stern things to say, I would think, during the half-time break, and he's got his team really fired up now.
Yes, he couldn't have been very happy. They didn't create that many chances. They are chasing Milan, who are in top spot. They would have heard that Milan are 1-up at half-time, so they finally realised they've got to get out and do something.
Sosa overhitting the pass, though. Benarrivo. He's had a tidy game. Here's Melli from deep. Now Peen. 6 years with Lazio Peen before his switch to Parma. Versatile player. He's actually slotted in at right back for a while when Benarrivo was out injured. Zerato, who Ray thinks he's played against 2 years back.
Yes, I seem to think I had, but Ray has popped in and told me that I wouldn't have done. He played for Brescia in the first division as I was leaving Milan, so unfortunately, I didn't have that pleasure of playing against him.
He probably tells people he's played against you, though. It's a good conversation opener at parties. Zerato with a header. It's been inspired by what I was saying about him. It is Melli on the chase now. Well, that's good skill by Melli. Not a bad effort either.
What a handful he is. Melli, he's really played well. He works very, very hard. He's got tremendous close control, can go either way, and he gets in not a bad shot. Should go for the other side, but I think he was a bit tired at the end of that.
Well, apparently he's been courted by Inter, among other top clubs, and they'll have been impressed by what they've seen of him today. What a good game Apolloni's had at the back too. Zerato. Pizzi. No one will be more anxious to impress than him today against his former club.
He's had a useful game as well. He can be delighted with the first half that he put in. He played some nice passes, kept the game ticking over for Parma. And that's a nice return for him. A goal up at half-time, and I'm sure he'll be looking to impress in the second half.
Osvaldo Bagnoli. Got me muddled earlier. I think I called him Ottavio. Sorry about that. Osvaldo. Brolin. Grun going in strongly. Now Sosa on the chase here. Good tackle again though by Apolloni. And Pete beavering away, helped out by Zerato. They've done really well, those two, at the heart of the Parma side. Chiara now. Not too many excursions from him. He's had plenty to do defensively, but looking to make a run now. Pin. Zerato. Benarrivo. Pin knocking it down. And Melli fancied his chances from there. Here's Pin now. Inter bring press back here. Brolin. Benarrivo. Didn't get hold of that one though. And it's Sosa on the break for Inter. Shalimov. Berti away to his right. Now Sosa again. This is Shalimov. Rode the tackle, but it was a fierce one. Again, a free kick in a dangerous situation from Parma's point of view. Grun with the tackle. Down goes Shalimov. And in the meantime, Parma are going to make a switch here and bring on Faustino Asprilla, the Colombian. So a chance to put him through his paces, and it's Pizzi who's coming off. A terrific burst of speed, this fellow. One of the quickest in the business.
That's a good substitution as well, because Parma do appear to be under that little bit of pressure at the moment, and I'm sure they'll be looking for Asprilla to relieve them of a bit of pressure with a bit of pace with the ball into a corner now and then. And we also saw Pancev, did we not, Peter?
So it looks as if he may well be coming on soon for Inter. In the meantime, Parma have this free kick to contend with. Sosa's placed himself in the wall.
I don't think Asprilla's too pleased. He's holding everything.
Shalimov. Corner to Inter. A lot of urgency about their play now as they strive for this equaliser. Sosa taking the kick. Looked to be a bit of pushing there. Referee saw nothing wrong. Orlando away by Brolin. Desperate defending by Parma. Berti escaping. Sosa's in the middle. Here's Sosa. 1-1. 14 minutes into the second half, and Ruben Sosa has steered Inter back on level terms.
Yes, I think overall in the second half they deserve that. That's a hooked clearance there from Manicone. Berti gets on, does very well, just smashes it across the face, and there's Sosa. There was appealing for offside. It may well have been as well, but I think in the the way things have gone in the second half, Inter just deserve to have got that equaliser. They've been in a number of good scoring occasions or situations, and it's nice to see one each, especially from our point of view, because I think we'll see a really good game now.
Yeah, it's brought the match to life now. Ruben Sosa, that's 5 goals for him this season, the same tally as Melli, who gave Parma the lead. And I think Parma might well come under the hammer now. Sosa so quick to spot the possibility there as Berti went racing away down the right from Manicone's pass. Battistini, Fontolan just slipped at the vital moment. Good feel to the game now, though.
Oh, the game's buzzing now. The crowd are back up on their feet as well, so that's a real bonus.
Asprilla, faced by Bergomi. And safely into the side netting from Inter's view. Bagnoli, well, he's not showing too much emotion, but he'll be certainly relieved. His team have now managed to equalise.
But he'll be happy in general with their second half performance, but they've shown a lot more desire to play the game. In the first half, they just sat back and just pumped long balls forward, but now they've actually got out, they put Parma under pressure, and they're playing some very nice football themselves.
Sosa.
I think Pancev has been told to sit down as well, so
yes,
it's a bit of a blow to Pancev, but Inter did deserve that equaliser, the way they've gone out and attacked this second half.
Well, if Pancev was to come on, presumably it would be in place of Fontolan, but he does give them this mobility up front. Fontolan. There's Sosa's kick, and there is Fontolan! And, well, he will feel he should have scored.
Well, it was a fabulous free kick from Sosa, wasn't it? He picked out the 1-against-1. Ball hung up for Fontolan, who has shown good headers in this game, the ability to get up. And he got up, and you'll be thinking that he should have got it on target, made Ballotta make a save anyway.
Doesn't really score enough goals, Fontolan, although he's not an out-and-out goal scorer. Only the 1 so far this season, only 3 in the last campaign, but he's had a lot of injury problems in recent times, almost a whole season out. Yeah, injury when he first moved to
He's
Inter.
been very unfortunate, Peter, but I think he's been brought as the backup striker, and Inter will be a little bit disappointed with his goals return, I think.
Well, I think if that one had gone in, Pancev would have been sent to the stand, let alone back on the bench. And as it is, maybe they will still consider making a switch.
Well, that was a nonsense of a free kick there. The Agostini just falling over under no pressure whatsoever. And unfortunately, referees in Italy are inclined to give those free kicks.
Fontolan. Good tackle though by Benarrivo. Here's Sosa. Apolloni was the covering defender. I'm very impressed by him. Bergomi has lost his place in the Italian national team. One or two future internationals on view here, I would think, though. The likes of Apolloni, maybe Minotti, Chiara and Melli of Parma. Now here is Melli, and a shooting chance. Abate with the save. Asprilla. Maybe the danger hasn't yet passed. Well, now it has. Abate, and that'll do his confidence no harm.
It was an excellent save. Melli gets on the ball. I thought he might have taken it on, actually, but he elects to shoot. It's full of confidence, and it is a good shot. It's on target. But Abate makes an equally good save.
Well, there was actually no tackle imminent at that stage, and he might have got on there, Melli, but he decided to crack it from there, and Abate was equal to it.
He definitely has the pace to take it into penalty areas from those positions. And I'd like to have seen Melli carried on and perhaps get in the box and even tempt the defender into pulling him down, because they know what a lethal striker he is, and given in them positions, they'll do anything to stop him from putting the ball in the net.
Now, news of another goal, and it's Napoli 2, Lazio 0. Daniel Fonseca, another goal for him. That's 11 now, his tally for the campaign. So Gazza's team in trouble. For any latecomers, Gazza is in the starting lineup today. And All talk of him being up for sale by Lazio has been discounted. No doubt we'll hear the full story in Gazza's programme, Football Gazzetta, on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. That's, of course, all the highlights from the day's other matches. And that's going to be another yellow card.
I think Minotti's had a very good game, hasn't he? He's been very impressive, the captain of Parma. That was a good run from him, bursting through two players. And he was brought down rather savagely by Manicone. There we see it.
He made sure the referee saw it. Minotti with the pass there. And that'll be another yellow card. I think Orlando doing the tugging this time. Some histrionics. But no question it was a foul.
It was a foul. It was a great run from Chiara, but it's a shame that he has to make so much of it. You know, he's been given the free kick. He's been booked. It was never such a good run. He's actually getting into the penalty area very shortly. As you see the penalty area approaching, Orlando decides to pull him down.
Followed by a roll or two.
I think it was a foul.
Well, in fairness to Chiara, he hasn't got straight up, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and maybe his injury is more serious than it appeared.
It's also taken a bit of steam out of the game. Inter are dominating at the moment. He's taken a bit of steam out of it, and his teammates will be delighted with him for doing so.
View of an old pro there. Well said, Ray. You wouldn't dream of doing a thing like that, I'm sure.
No, not at all.
Rolling to take this free kick then for Parma. Minotti at the far post, covered by Fontolan.
And that was a great header from Fontolan as well. I'm not a lover of forward players coming back to mark defenders. I think a lot of the time defenders who are really frustrated centre forwards defenders, and they like to get up there and have a go at goal. And when forwards come back to mark them, you often see the defender get away and put the ball in the net. But that was good defending from Fontolan.
Agostini, strong running by Sosa. Not back cross in either. Shalimov. Now Orlando towards Fontolan, and Apolloni had to guide it away for the corner.
That was fantastic football. We talk about first touch and technique. The pass from Shalimov, which actually puts Orlando in, was an absolutely lovely touch on the volley. And Apolloni doing well again, getting in there at the near post and getting it away.
Ruben Sosa with the corner. It wasn't a good one, but it may fall for Orlando. His shot charged down. Manicone. Berti on for Shalimov. It's Grun in with the tackle. Manicone. Storia now. Hoping for a chance to show his pace. Agostini had other ideas. Very experienced defender, Agostini. One or two of the younger players at the club maybe threatening his place. Not for the moment. He's been very consistent for Inter this season, Agostini, since his move, of course, from Juventus.
Yes, he is a very talented player. I'm quite convinced he's got a good couple of years left in him. He's a super defender, as you say, packed with experience. And he defended well there against Storia because he's got lightning pace, Storia, and Agostini never gave him an inch.
Rolling with Bergomi, and the referee has given the goal kick to Inter. Abate has featured in 2 previous matches then this season. He's conceded 5 goals. Not easy, of course, following in the footsteps of Walter Zenga, who didn't come out for the second half. Now Melli. Manicone. Sosa on the chase. Apolloni just checking the cover behind him. Shalimov. It's an exquisite turn. Deserved a better reward, really.
Yeah, he was very unlucky. That really was a good turn. And actually did well, Parma, tried to prevent him getting the ball on the other side. But they seem to have gone out of the game a little bit, Parma.
Sosa now. Shalimov. Here's Brolin. That's the Priya. Very tricky, Brolin. Zarato. 20 minutes to go. Inter 1, Parma 1. Here's Grun, who loves to come forward, such an adventurous defender. Beaten though by Ferri. Berti.
He's had a good game, Grun, as well. You don't often see him or that much involved in the game, but he pops up all over the place, breaking up attacks, and then the next minute you'll see him on the attack for Parma. And that was unfortunate there. It was a nice little touch back to him from Asprilla on a good give and go.
Asprilla losing his footing. Fontolan heading on into the path of Sosa. An opportunity developing here then for Inter. And it's out. Fontolan was on the line, but it was going in anyway from Berti against his old club. Just under 20 minutes to go, and Inter take the lead.
And a fantastic header it was as well. That was the first mix-up that the Parma defenders had made. And there he is, Sosa picking out Berti, coming in on the back post. I'm not too sure whether Fontolan doesn't get himself offside as the header comes in. It's a great header from Berti. No, he wasn't offside. And the ball just carries into the far post. A really super goal. There's the ball from Sosa, top quality. And a top quality header right into the top corner. Excellent goal.
Great awareness shown then by Ruben Sosa to pick out Berti. And Inter have turned this game on its head. A goal down, now they lead by 2-1. The second goal from Berti on 71 minutes.
They've done ever so well to claw themselves back into the game. At the end of the first half, I didn't really give them much of a chance getting the draw, let alone going in front. They didn't really seem to be playing with too much desire. But in the second half, they've come out. I think Bagnoli gave them a bit of a roasting at half-time, and they've decided that they're going to play, and they've played some nice football.
A real disappointment for Parma, who've played so well and held the lead for so long. But now, well, the onus is on them to prize the points away from Inter if they can. Inter starting the game, remember, 8 points behind Milan, who are still a goal up away to Brescia. So they really do need to win today, Inter, to keep up their challenge. Berti, the goal scorer, is down injured now. And Agostini, I think, was trying to pump it into touch on the far side. Gave it away. Whistles from the Inter fans, because Berti is still down injured. Benarrivo, the referee clearly has seen him, but allowing play to go on. And now he has blown the whistle to allow Berti to receive some attention.
He did receive a slight knock, but I don't think Nicola Berti's is that injured. He's been down there for a couple of minutes now, but it seemed pretty innocuous, the challenge that he went for.
And here it is again.
I think he's been stamped on the top of the foot. It does get a bit sore when you get stamped on the top of the foot, but we often see players get up when they've got worse problems than what Berti had.
You're not sympathising with anyone today, are you? Just
no, I'm not.
You're out injured.
I'm not in a very sympathetic mood, no.
It was Pete with the tackle, which Berti clearly felt.
A marvellous facial expression to go with it as well.
Well, he's not slow to express his opinions, Berti, which does get him into trouble sometimes out in Italy. And he kept his feelings to himself then. A real battling display by Inter in the second half. Nearly marauding.
I think we've seen the quality of Berti today on both goals. He created the first one with a cross into the box, and he is very, very good at breaking from midfield.
Asprilla, Brolin. This is Benarrivo. Parma have got players forward in this attack here. Asprilla! Oh, what a save by Abate. Fantastic stop. Oh, the Inter players applauding. And that was an unbelievable save by Abate from Asprilla.
I think Asprilla thinks it was in, Peter.
It was very close.
Oh, it was a fantastic header as well. What a good ball in. As the ball comes in, it's a tremendous header from Asprilla.
Benarrivo. Sosa back helping out in defence. So, controversy. Zarato with Asprilla claiming the ball crossed the line, but let nothing be taken away from the defiance of Abate.
Oh, it was a wonderful stop, wasn't it? Eh? Wonderful save.
Rather like Pele and backs.
Yes, very similar. Very similar.
Benarrivo. That will have given heart now to Parma. They've given a really good account of themselves today. They've let nobody down in one of their biggest matches of the season. And they certainly haven't given up the cause. Brolin and Zarato organising the free kick. Maybe we'll get a chance to see again that acrobatic save by Abate. Asprilla, the man who thought he'd scored, still thinks it too. Played by Ferri.
Yes, it would be nice to see that incident again, because it definitely is a turning point in the game. Abate made an absolutely wonderful stop. But he did seem to claw it from somewhere. Whether it had crossed the line, I've no idea, but certainly Asprilla thought so.
Well, it was so fast, it was really hard to tell whether it crossed the line or not. We're all admiring the save. There's Peen. It's not a bad effort either. And Abate tipping it over the bar.
Oh, that was great football from Peen. Tremendous 1-2. I think it's more of a cross than a chip for goal. But he still put it in a very good area. And Abate can be very pleased with the way he started.
Corner then to Parma. Away by Fontolan. When as far as Zarato, who's quickly closed down, and the counter-attack is on. Orlando's pass to Sosa, and it's just squeezed wide, with Ballotta making an excursion out of his penalty box, and Sosa very alert to the possibilities there.
Oh, that was great stuff. It was a good interception in the first place from Orlando, and then he gets his head up very early and picks out Sosa, who was very unfortunate not to score. I think he just took his eye off the ball at the last moment when he saw Ballotta sprinting out of him, but that was a good effort.
Even Bagnoli out of his seat now. Excellent second half. Apolloni. Excellent second half for Napoli too. They now lead Lazio by 3-0. And the Brazilian striker Careca has scored that third goal for them. Genoa 1, Atalanta 0. Another latest score coming in. Thomas Scuravi, the Czech international, with that opening goal for Genoa. Bagnoli's old club, of course, the coach of Inter. Melli going through the middle, to no avail. The Parma have demonstrated amply that they're not out of this game yet by any means. Asprilla to Peen, who also brought the best out of Abate. Asprilla. Good little trick then by Asprilla. Abate with another comfortable save.
It was a good little trick, and it was a very good cross as well, Peter. If someone had been going across the front post, as there should have been, I think it was Peen, and being a midfield player, probably didn't have the instinct to get across the front post, but that was a good little crossing. And he's shown some nice little touches, Asprilla. It can't be easy for him coming into Italian football, but he's done okay since he's been on.
Peen on for Brolin. Got away from Berti. Here's Chiara now. They have Grun in the middle, so Melli and Asprilla. So they are committing players further forward now. in the hope of snatching something from this game, Parma. Corner number 5. Driven in low, and they'll have another one now. Berlin can try again. Fontolan. Too long though for Sosa. Zarato. Ten minutes to go. Inter 2, Parma 1. So Inter's unbeaten home record intact at the moment. Zarato away by Battistini. Not a very good clearance though. Apolloni. Inter on the defensive here. Zarato. Now then for Peen. Here's Grun. Just rolled away from Asprilla. The Agostini quickly on for Sosa. Apolloni timing his tackle well, despite the attempts of Sosa to win it back. Juventus have now taken the lead against Pescara. Roberto Baggio, that's 2 for him in this game. And that brings his total for the campaign to 10. Shalimov. Sosa. This is where he's so dangerous when Inter launched their counter-attack. Shalimov now. And for once his finishing let him down. It was a clear opening there from Shalimov. And you can see the disappointment etched on his face.
Yeah, again, great football from Sosa. He's not only a great goal scorer, but he's a great goal maker as well. And he picks out players so well. As soon as he receives the ball, his head goes up to see what's on for him to play. And he really is a great creator of goals.
Well, Parma are going all out for an equaliser. They're going to bring on Ferrante, a striker, former Napoli player, in place of Zarato. Ferrante, who featured for Napoli early on in the season when we covered their match against Inter, when Careca was out through injury. Shalimov helped out by Orlando. Manicone. Here's Agostini. Inter seeking the cushion of another goal. Not this time though. Asprilla. Agostini came thundering into it.
I think Agostini was letting him know that he is playing in Italian football. He's looking to shut him down very, very quickly. I realise the pace that the guy has.
No time for Asprilla to dwell on the ball, but he does have this very quick turn of pace. He can embarrass defenders. Grun. Here's Peen. 3 Inter players surrounding him. One of them was Shalimov. Way by Agostini. Shalimov now, as Inter look to exploit some of the spaces that Parma are leaving at the back as they power forward themselves. Manicone. Shalimov, offside.
Oh, a great shame as well. I think it was Fontolan that was standing in the offside position. But Shalimov had made a great run and found himself with acres of space, and he could have gone in on goal and may well have scored.
Asprilla dancing past the tackle. Then ran into Fontolan. Peen. Apolloni. Hearing now that Signori has pulled a goal back for Lazio, but they still trail Napoli by 3-1. Signori with his 17th of this astonishing season for him. Asprilla. Turning very well indeed, Asprilla. And it falls for Berti. Relief for Inter, dismay for Parma.
Oh, it was a great area in which he crossed the ball back as well. He's cut it back, right back onto the penalty spot. And you may well have expected a Parma player to have been gambling on that and coming in on the backside.
And once he really settles in Italian football, this fellow Aspria really could make his mark. A name to watch out for. No doubt about his pace, but just struggling a little bit to adapt to the demands of the Italian game. 5 minutes to go. Inter not exactly hanging on, but all the same, the points aren't secure yet. Fontolan. This is Shalimov with Sosa. It's been a constant thorn in Parma's flesh, Ruben Sosa. Bergomi. Manicone. Bergomi just managing to keep his feet then. The service though was poor, and he was facing a difficult angle, in fairness to him. Inter showing they're prepared to fight for the ball still. Off goes Sosa and Fontolan. Grun is there. And the referee says goal kick.
And quite rightly so too. That was a good run from Bergomi. If a few of his teammates would have shown the same sort of energy to get up into the box, his cross wasn't too bad either. It cut across the front post, but he was left up there all on his own. They allowed him to get on with it.
Foul on Aspria, who's got a couple of goals this season for Parma. Minotti now coming forward. Asking a lot though of Chiara.
That in actual fact was a very, very good pass. Chiara had given him the inclination that he was going to go for that ball, and then when his head went down he stood still, and obviously Chiara couldn't make up the ground. But that was a little bit unfortunate for Minotti, as he's had a very good game.
Certainly a lot of thoughtful, inventive play by Parma. And no reason at all why the outstanding progress that they've made in the past couple of seasons shouldn't continue. Not on the evidence of this display today, anyway. Here's Peen. Berlin. Now Benarrivo going forward. He's given it away. Only a minute or so to go now. Manicone. Another steady performance by Manicone. They've been raving about him of the Inter camp in the past couple of matches since he's come into the side. He's certainly done well in that anchor role. Pete now. Aspria. Aspria again, away from Berti, who left his leg trailing. But the referee says no, and waves play on.
It certainly looked a foul. And Aspria wasn't too happy with the referee as well. But I think the big problem that he might face is when to play it and when to run with it. He's obviously got a lot of pace, a lot of natural ability. And I think he might get caught up with running with the ball a little bit too much.
Well, the referee has given the foul this time for Benarrivo's tap on Berti.
Been in the wars our friend Berti, hasn't he?
He always looks so pained, though, Ray.
Well, he doesn't look too pleased, is he? He's a bit cheesed off with that one, I think.
Ferri planting the free kick towards Fontolan and Sosa. Whistle's gone over offside. So maybe still one or two anxious moments in store for Inter before they wrap up the points. Into the last minute. Peen to Minotti. Whistles from the Inter fans. That's how close it's been. Still Minotti. Now then for Brolin. Peen. Benarrivo outside him. It's gone the other way. Still Peen. Fontolan with the tackle. He's worked really hard, Fontolan, today. And with a little more accuracy, would have had his name on the goal sheet too. Benarrivo, the last few seconds. Apolloni. Parma seeking out a path to goal. Chiara on the run here. Strong run from him too. And Abate to the rescue. And Ferrante almost caught him on the head then. Maybe he did.
That was a great one from Chiara. I think he expected Ferrante to give him it back. But he made a good turn himself. But his first touch was a little bit off and pushed it too far in front. But Abate making a good exit from goal as well.
Fontolan. We're into injury time. Forward by Ferri. Agostini.